winds whisper through the hills of Peloponnese. What lies beneath those ancient trees? Shadows that aren't cast by sunlight? Are we truly alone? Stories tell of the cry of the ghost. Stay until the end to discover its chilling truth. In a quiet village near the mountains, locals gather at dusk, their faces etched with unease. The village of Kalamata, tucked away from the bustling cities, transformed into a stage of eerie encounters starting back in the late 1980s. Fishermen returning at twilight spoke of haunting sounds drifting through the night air, unearthly cries echoing from the surrounding forests. Residents would huddle in homes, straining their ears to distinguish the howls from the howling wind. The strange occurrences continued to grow, feeding local legends. They shared stories of a spectral woman roaming the countryside, searching for something lost. Reports emerged. A farmer claimed to have seen her silhouette sway among the olive groves. A group of teenagers, on a dare, ventured into the woods, returning breathless and pale, recounting how they had stumbled upon a translucent figure, weeping softly as it faded into the mist. What did they truly encounter beneath the gnarled branches? Fear triumphed over curiosity, and the village adopted a practice of avoidance. Many opted to steer clear of the woods as the sun set. The legend grew darker as tales took root. Locals recounted incidents not just of cries, but of foreboding visions. People spoke of a chill in the air that preceded the ghostly encounters, a sudden, suffocating silence that fell upon the village, as if the world held its breath. Those brave enough to linger in the woods reported strange symbols etched into the bark of the trees, striking shapes that seemed to pulse with energy under the moonlight. The atmosphere buzzed with tension, as if the villagers could feel the watchful presence hidden among the shadows. But why did this legend grip their lives so tightly? The stories transformed into folklore. Families warned their children not to wander into the woods after dark. The tales were spoken in hushed tones at gatherings, mixing fear with eerie respect. The local police, bewildered by the number of reports, issued warnings about the woods, a plea for caution against the unknowable. As the years unraveled, the villagers believed an ancient spirit had awakened, disturbed by the encroachment of modern life on its secluded realm. What preceded such ghostly unrest? Some whispered about a tragic history, an accident that befell a woman lost in the woods decades prior. Her sorrow tethered to this world, binding her spirit to the land. Amidst the chilling narrative, the incidents caught the attention of the media. News articles circulated about the cry of the ghost, examining the villages affected by the legend. Interviewers sat with shaken witnesses, aiming to decipher the uncanny. A local elder claimed, "It's a warning, a sign of the past intruding on our present." They felt a palpable sense of dread suffusing the air. Yet skeptics arose, suggesting all accounts were mere figments of collective hysteria, fueled by nighttime frights and children's imaginations. However, the growing number of police notes contradicted that argument. Sightings logs gathered dust as more citizens reported the shadowed figure in the trees. Strange details emerged. A hunter reported hearing the cries just before dawn, stating they felt a pull, a compulsion compelling them deeper into the underbrush. An unsettling memory may have haunted him. After being rescued, he refused to return to the area. No one could explain how so many had called in the same fear, or how the cries had started one fateful night, becoming a relentless echo in their minds. As years rolled on, the woods became a cursed place. Neighbors put up makeshift signs, warning outsiders to keep clear. Some claimed to have seen local rituals unfold, a circle drawn into the dirt, lit candles surrounding a gnarled tree, offerings left in hopes of appeasing the restless spirit. But each season seemed to revive the fears anew. Shadows grew longer, and the cries resurfaced, the legends only intensifying. As dusk would settle, the locals held their breath. What awaited them in the dark rifts among the trees? It became clear that the cry of the ghost spoke of more than just fear. It encapsulated grief and the whispers of forgotten souls rumbling through the earth. Amidst it all, the silence could be deafening, as if the village was haunted not just by cries, but by memories unmoored from time. So here we are, drawn to the unsettling, fascinated by the unknown. Will you heed the warnings of those before you, or will you dare to listen for that haunting cry? Subscribe for more chilling tales from the shadows, where stories linger just out of sight.